Hi, it's me, Thrill, and it's time to explore. Explore the wonders of the world with me. Mauritania, officially the Islamic Republic of Mauritania, also known as the Land of a Million Poets, is a country in northwest Africa. It is the 11th largest sovereign state in Africa, bordered by the Atlantic Ocean to the west, Western Sahara to the north and northwest, Algeria to the northeast, Mali to the east and southeast, and Senegal to the southwest. The capital, Nouakchott, is one of the largest cities in the Sahara, known for its diverse culture, influenced by various ethnic groups, including the Moors, Wolof, and other West African communities. The world's longest trans-Saharan train is the Mauritania Iron Ore, also called the Train of Life, which travels 704 kilometers, that is about 437 miles, across the Sahara Desert. Mauritania's tourism is yet to gain a foothold due to its negative stigma being an unsafe destination, which can be blamed on its past issues on killings and kidnappings, and the fact that on most countries' embassies' websites, they still advise travelers against traveling to the country, citing terrorism and crime. But adventurous tourists like us, however, continue to visit this destination. Now, the world is slowly hearing about Mauritania as a safe and rising tourist gem. Aside from Mauritania's vast Saharan desert landscapes, including historic caravan towns like Shingeti and Ouadan, and the turgid oasis that has been described as a dream, the country has a unique cultural phenomenon that stands in stark contrast to global norms, in which divorce is not only prevalent but highly celebrated, particularly among women. This week, we explore the divorced women's market in Mauritania. The divorced women's market is a practice in which divorced women come together to dispose of their household items, which they are mostly entitled to after a divorce, and celebrate their newfound independence. The concept of a divorce market in Mauritania is not just a marketplace in the traditional sense, but rather a metaphorical space where divorced women can re-establish their social status and are considered desirable for remarriage. This is a reflection of the country's matriarchal Moorish culture, which has historically granted women a significant degree of autonomy and independence, especially when compared to other parts of the Arab world. In Mauritania, it is not uncommon for marriages to end, with some estimates suggesting that nearly a third of unions dissolve. In 2018, the Mauritanian government reported that about 1/3 of all marriages ended in divorce, with 60% requiring a 5-year or longer separation. According to research, 74% of women remarried after divorce, with 25% remarrying twice and about 7% marrying 3 or more times. Wow. However, unlike many cultures where divorce carries a stigma, in Mauritania, it's often a cause for celebration. Divorce parties are common, where the woman, surrounded by friends and family, rejoices in her newfound freedom with music, dance, and feasts. These gatherings are not just social events, but also public declarations of the woman's availability for marriage. In Mauritania, divorced women are highly desired. Islamic law, which governs marriage and divorce in Mauritania, includes a provision known as khul, allowing a wife to seek divorce by compensating her husband, usually by returning the bride price. This legal framework provides women with a significant degree of agency in ending their marriages, a rarity in many Muslim-majority countries, because men think they are mature and can comprehend life's problems better. Now, to answer the very important question you may have. Why? Why are divorced women desired more? A woman with experience from previous marriages is often seen as a better prospect than a young, inexperienced bride. The men also regard unmarried women as egotistical and overvalue their worth, resulting in unrealistic conditions and large dowries for the women or her family. However, poor divorced men, on the other hand, struggle to remarry. Interestingly, Mauritanian women prefer unmarried men and not divorced men, believing that a man's numerous failed marriages means he cannot accept responsibility, be patient, or even fight for her. The irony. This perspective empowers women to initiate divorce if they feel their needs are not being met, challenging the traditional narrative of women being passive participants in marriage. However, this system is not without its challenges because it encourages divorce, and the high divorce rates raises questions about the impact on children and family stability. Moreover, the economic implications for women, especially those without financial independence, can be significant. No matter why you're visiting Mauritania, the best time to visit is from November to March during the milder winter months. To avoid the scorching summer heat during this period, temperatures are more moderate, making it comfortable for exploring the desert landscapes and historical sites. And of course, visit the Divorced Women's Market in Mauritania. It is also important to check the news before planning a trip to Mauritania, as some areas have increased risk of insecurity. The celebratory nature of divorce in Mauritania demonstrates the country's unique approach to marriage and gender dynamics. It is a society where a woman's value does not diminish with divorce. Instead, it often increases. And as they say in Mauritania, Ma'al Salama, which means be safe until next time.